Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I am here on the show, and I'm here to recap number 2 seed Purdue beating number 11 seed Texas, 79-77 reaction here in the Sweet 16. Purdue advances to Elite 8. What a hell of a game this was, man. Back and forth the entire way. This was a close game from start to finish. It looked at points Texas was going to have this game, but, man, tough for Texas right there. They lose on the game-winning tip-in by Trey Kaufman with .7 left. Forced a miss, but they were too small, and Trey Kaufman tips it in for the win. I'll give credit here to Purdue first for winning this game before. I thought there was a bit of an offensive foul in that last play. Purdue fans might scream at me, but I'll give them credit for the win first before I mention the. I thought it was an offensive foul. It might not have been, but I thought it was. But I'll give Purdue credit. They now reached the Elite 8 twice in the last 3 years and 3 times in the last 7 tournaments. Prior to 2019, they had not been to the Elite 8 since 2000. And the three Elite 8 bursts from Matt Painter, the most by head coach of Purdue history. It's been a really good run for Matt Painter. Really damn good coach. I thought his Purdue team was left for dead. I thought kind of during the last bit of that regular season they didn't look good, but I was too early to count them out. That's on me. Matt Painter, really good dude, and he's a really damn good coach. But give Purdue credit there, and I'll give credit to Jamal Mark as well. He was hooping on a bad ankle. He had 29 points, 11 of 15, nearly led Texas to this win. He did what he could, man, playing a bad ankle, still did what he did. But hey, Purdue and Iowa in the Elite 8, they didn't spend millions to get there. They truly recruit and can truly coach. Like, they got damn good coaches. Purdue, they've had TKR, Smith, and Lawyer for, 3 years, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Trey Kaufman ran them into play for a little bit, because Zach Edey was there. But they can truly recruit. A dude came from D2, and in 3 years, and a coach from D2, and in 3 years in the Elite 8, a non-traditional elite basketball school. So you can't blame that. But now I want to get to that last bucket for the game winner. TKR is a good player, but it's kind of frustrating watching him flop around a lot. Like, it really is. Like, it's kind of frustrating. Like, he's flopping around a lot. And that last call. But I actually just want to mention this first. We had 2 college basketball Sweet 16 games that were within 1 possession with under 2 minutes left. Yet people say the NBA is better than college. Look, first few rounds March Madness might not be that entertaining anymore in the NIL era, but you'll get better games than like the Sweet 16, Elite 8, Final Four, national title. But I do want to get in that last possession. Purdue throws a shot up, they miss, but I thought there was, I don't know if it was a hook and hold. If it wasn't a hook and hold, I kind of thought it was an offensive foul. Maybe a hook and hold, or maybe an over the back on TKR game winner didn't get called. I don't know. I'm not going to say it was a rigged game or anything. Maybe the refs missed it. But also Texas's coach, Sean Miller, is an absolute idiot. They pulled their 7-footer out of the game. Vocatatis. Was he fouled out? I don't think he was fouled out. No, he had 4 fouls. Why did they take him out of the game? Like, why did you take him out of the game right there? What is happening? But I will say, on the other side, like I was saying, why didn't you have your 7-footer in the game? You need a big body in there. I thought that was an offensive foul, but he was too small. Maybe they would have found a way to call. Would they have caught a 5th foul on Vocatatis? Who knows? But dude, at least you have your 7-foot in there to prevent that. I thought it was an offensive foul, but the dude is too small. Dalen Swain is too small right there. Maybe there was nothing there other than maybe it wasn't anything. I thought it was an offensive foul, but it might not have been. But Vocatatis, does he not play in defensive closing lineups? I didn't watch too much Texas basketball during the regular season. I think maybe they were trying to prevent him from getting his 5th foul in case he went to overtime, but I don't know. I just don't think it's a great decision, man. To take him out of the game right there. It was a head scratcher. Swain as your closing rebounder in that spot, it's just not ideal. So I thought it was an offensive foul, but I will say for Texas, it was just a head scratcher taking Vocatitis out right there. You maybe didn't want him to foul out, and I get it, but Swain's just too small to rebound that basketball right there. But this was a hell of a fun back and forth game. I'm not going to let that last, I guess, I don't want to say non-calls. I don't know if there should have been anything called, just what it looked like, but still a really fun back and forth game. Really enjoy it. It's what you love with college basketball, man. These close March Madness games coming down the wire. And it looked like the Purdue Boilermakers, they were on the ropes late in this game. It looked like maybe Tremont Mark was going to lead Texas with a bad ankle. Jordan Pope actually broke his foot, I think, after in the Gonzaga game, which is kind of crazy. He said after the game, kind of surprised he even played. But I thought Texas had Purdue, man, but Purdue was able to battle back there at the end. This was just phenomenal back and forth. Love these games, man. Texas had a really good run from the play-in, hitting that game winner, to upsetting Gonzaga, and then nearly upsetting Purdue. Who else did they play? They made the round of 16. Yeah, they beat BYU. They beat Gonzaga. Had Purdue on the ropes, but they ended up surviving. I think this was Trey Kaufman-Renn's 146th career game for the Boilermakers, and it's the game winner. But Texas ended up with I would say, a pretty good season. But it's just that I thought he shoved the guy under the basket for the tipping. And are you just going to let him play at the end of the game? I mean, I'm fine with it, honestly, but maybe it was just because it was the end of the game they didn't want to call that and ruin the finish, I guess. They didn't want to call that and just make it a terrible finish there, but this was a hell of a game. 79-77 is your final score. So, great way to start off Sweet 16. Nebraska and Iowa was a really good game. Iowa ends up pulling off the upset, and then Texas and Purdue's close all the way. It looks like Texas is going to get the win. But then Purdue battles back there at the end, and it's back and forth, and Texas down by 3. After Brady Smith gets a bucket, they get the M1, make the free throw, and then the tip in for the win, man. Absolute drama down the stretch. But yeah, man, 79-77 is your final score. Let's get to the stat sheet. So Purdue improves to 30-8 on the season. They score 79 points. 39 in the first half, 40 in the second half. Texas ends their season with a 21-15 record. 77 points, 35 in the first half, 42 in the second half. Surprised they even got to the Sweet 16, so they had a good season, I would say, still. 35 in the first half, 42 in the second half. Cameron Heide, 3 points, 5 rebounds, 1 of 4 from the field and 3. Vocatitis, 9 points, 3 of 5 from the field, 3 of 6 line with 2 rebounds. Jordan Pope, 12 points, 4 of 10 from the field, 4 of 9 from 3. Dalen Swain, 15 points, 6 of 13 from the field, 3 of 5 at the line, 9 rebounds, 5 assists. Tremont Mark, 29 points, 11 of 15 from the field, 5 of 7 from 3. He did all he could in this game. With a bad ankle, Jordan Pope and a bad foot. They were making shots. Even hurt, they did all they could, tried their best in this one, but just wasn't enough. Off the bench, Nick Cody, 5 points, 2 from the field, 1 of 1 from 3, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, and a steal. Weaver, 4 points, 2 rebounds, 2 of 5 from the field, and Wilcher, 0 points, 0 of 2 with 3 rebounds. Texas shot 52% from the field, 11 of 25, 44% from 3, 8 of 15, 53% from the line. Free throws there. Free throws. They don't cost you any money. 31 rebounds, 10 assists, 7 turnovers, 2 steals, 1 block, 12 boards, 19 D-boards, and 18 fouls for Purdue. Trey Kaufman, 20 points, 8 rebounds, 8 of 10 from the field, 4 of 4 at the line. Oscar Clough, 11 points, 4 of 7 from the field, 3 of 4 at the line, 6 rebounds. C.J. Cox, 10 points, 4 of 9 from the field, 8 rebounds. Braden Smith, 16 points, 6 of 16 from the field, 0 of 3 from 3, 5 assists. I just feel like Braden Smith's overrated, man. He's not even really that efficient. He just happens to be a good passer. Fletcher Warrior, 18 points, 6 of 13 from the field, 4 of 8 from 3. Jacobson, and 0 points. Mayer, 2 points, 1 of 5, 0 4 from 3. Bencher, 0 points, and Harris, 2 points, and 1 for 1. Purdue shot 48% from the field, 4 of 20, 20% from 3, 15 of 20, 75% of the line, 32 boards, 12 assists, 4 turnovers, 3 steals, no blocks, 12 O boards, 20 D boards, and 14 fouls. So, yeah, that's about all I have to say for this game here. Hell of a way to start Sweet 16 off with these 2 games. Next, we have Houston, Illinois, and then Arkansas, Arizona. Hopefully those are good games to end the night. And I'll be here with the Dodger recap when that game finishes. So, yeah, that's all I'll say. Leave a like, comment, share for more. Peace.